Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you are listening to yet another automotive podcast, shortened to YAAP. We are the Yappers and Yapsters. How the devil are you? Charlie and James in tow. Chaps, how are you?
I'm
Good, thank
lovely,
you.
mate. This is the
Fantastic.
first
How
time
are you?
we've recorded this. We haven't recorded
Promise,
this
we
already.
didn't balls it up the first time.
We didn't
learned
waste
we
the
can natter a
entire
lot.
evening.
And for that, I'm going to crank me egg to 60 minutes.
Delicious.
There you go.
I'm going to get
Right,
straight in. No, I'm not even going to allow for any yapping. We're going straight in to the huge news. Toyota and Mazda have joined forces. Chaps, how do we feel?
Well, this has been happening
Exciting.
for a while, hasn't it? It is exciting. It's really exciting. And this has been happening for ages in the car world. But now stuff has got so expensive to like develop and whatnot. Because we've had a Mazda and Toyota partnership for a while. I think the Yaris is a Mazda 3 or something like that. But this is really interesting because these are two very iconic cars for quite different reasons. I don't think they're in the... Because it's normally like, I think MX5 and then the GR's a bit above that. So it's interesting to see these being developed together. It's not like the MX5 and the Fiat 124. These are quite different platforms that they're like merging here.
For me, and I'm jumping in the thick end, look, we've mentioned obviously the MX5 is the legend from Mazda, and it's a very,
Absolutely.
very good driver's car. I would argue that the
Timeless.
MX5 and Clio 182 are the cheapest way to getting a petrol head's approval because they are very good, capable cars, sub £5,000. I do have a bit of a problem, however, with the GR86 because that thing was... Oh, it's if you put a Toyota badge on it, it's a BRZ, and then I think there's another one as well. And
Scion.
Scion, thank you
Yeah.
very much. And if you
And a Subaru.
if you think, oh my God, all these powerhouses have come together to make this thing, it should be mega. And I've driven a few, and I was a bit like, it's a bit pants, it's a bit underpowered, and I'm a little bit underwhelmed.
I've heard
by
they're
it.
underpowered.
Yeah, and they've got this weird feature which, when you first hear it, you think, oh, that's exciting. If you just basically just rest your foot on the throttle, it goes bang, 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 and then you think, but hang on a minute, that's the noise of a turbo, and this doesn't have one, so that's a fucking scam. But you got to respect Toyota makes a good car. They know what they're doing. And as you said earlier on, I do like the fact that the Supra was a collaboration, if you will, with the Z4, and that was a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, they learnt from that, and apparently they're coming out from the B58 with BMW, but whatever. I'm excited for it. I like it. I just don't want it to be pants. And I know that's a really easy thing to say. I just hope that they side more with the Mazda MX-5 than they did with the GR87. Like, let's be a bit more driver focused with it than a bit safe and pants.
I think it's going to make them both more special because the what they're not doing is they're not going to share engines. So I'm imagining, because I don't think they'd put a boxer engine in an MX-5. I don't think they're that crazy. And it's a bit different to like the BMW and Toyota thing because I just can't get on board with getting inside of a Supra and it's smelling like a BMW.
And it having
I can't
a
do
ZF
like,
gear
I
shift.
drive-
buttons.
yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas this, I can forgive a bit more if it means we still get an MX-5 because I really thought the MX-5 would be chopped like everything else is getting chopped. And it's nice that they're still going forward with it because what is it, the Mark IV MX-5? What a car. Like, what a car. I've never driven an 86. I've heard good things, but also everyone moans about them being very underpowered, so
Yeah.
we'll have to see.
They are very
And that's not
spicy,
even
apparently.
sorry, James, I didn't mean to cut you off. That's not even an arrogance of, oh, it's only a 2-litre naturally aspirated. There are plenty 2-litre naturally aspirated cars that you think, yeah, we're getting down the road here. Civic, prime example, Clio 182. There's loads, but that is just like, come on. And
really?
it is very much like a variable valve timing thing where you have to wait until you're up into the rev range, and I'm fine with that. You know, I like a 2-litre screaming its tits off, but that one was like, come on. Oh, it just never kicked you. Yeah, I'm talking more about
I
the
see why-
GT86 than anything else, but
I see why whenever you see them, they're always modded heavily.
They always
they're
have,
always very modern.
you know, big old turbo or, you know, lots on a show. I don't think they're that exciting stock.
Yeah, compensating is what they're doing.
Which one would you rather have?
MX5 any day of the week.
Yeah.
Any day of the week?
Literally.
Yeah.
I haven't driven an 86, but I've driven some of those new MX5s, and I can understand why people say, like, if you've got to get a modern car, it's probably best value for money. It's just incredible gearbox, amazingly well set up, not massive, and I think they look great still. Whereas the 86s have never done it for me. The style, there's just something weird about the styling. It feels like the default knockoff royalty-free car in like a Wii racing game. It feels like real, like,
Just car.
Grand Theft Auto car. Yeah, it's just car. It doesn't do it for me. Not at all.
I've never, much like you, actually no, not like you, sorry, I've never driven an MX5, but I have to give it flowers because it is a relatively small engine, most of the time convertible, shouldn't really be ticking boxes for petrol heads, but anyone that I respect as an automotive journalist says they are mega, and I know that's a really nothingness or empty statement, but it must be mega for it to be fighting against the odds and still win the hearts and minds of anyone that I respect. You think, oh, it's got to be good.
Yeah.
It's got to be good.
Does it run the risk of them releasing a GT86 that's 2 MX5 and an MX5 that's 2 GT86? Like, these are,
Sort of
yes,
one foot in,
they're
one foot
close on
out.
the spectrum. Yeah. They're close on the spectrum, but they do hold their own as different cars.
Even if it's 51% one way, it will always be seen as the one that Mazda owns.
Is it
going to
be more? Is it going to be more 86 or is it going to be more 85 MX5?
That's a fantastic question. I think they could balance. So if it looked more like a MX5, but maybe felt more like a Toyota, I think if they went right down the middle, then you'd miss the individual sort of spice of each car, and it might just be a bit sort of half and half. You never really get the like full experience. I don't know. How long until this comes out? Have they put any
I don't know. This isn't even
timescale?
this isn't even completely confirmed. I don't think there's significant potential that Toyota and Mazda are co-developing.
Right. Okay.
So it can maybe a complete non-story, but it's interesting to think about nonetheless.
The only other thing I would add to it, in which one are they going to sort of go with, I think the Mazda, and I am very impartial. I don't love Toyota. I don't love Mazda. I'm not like all for one or the other. But I think the noisiest supporters will take the win. I.e., if the Mazda lot make enough noise, it will be seen as the Mazda. I don't think they'll ever get a perfect blend. Even if it was a 50-50 split on time, attention, energy, R&D, blah, 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 it will be the fans that will dictate which side or which manufacturer wins on that.
Agreed.
Just for an example, not great for the listeners, but this is the Mazda 2 versus the Yaris, and you can see they're pretty similar looking.
I think I also read that they'd previously shared. I think they'd put a Toyota engine in a CX-50 or something. You know, the like
maybe
sort of larger
there's so
crossovers.
much engine swearing.
They
going
just go
on
back
now.
and forth. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, okay, that'll be interesting to see. I'm really curious which one it's going to sway towards, because looking at those pictures, they do look quite similar. But the GR's substantially bigger, right?
The GR,
not
no,
similar.
the GT is bigger. The GR is a baby
Right.
version of.
Oh, I didn't know they were different sizes.
Yeah.
That's news to me.
The GR is like a real diddy little thing. To be fair, you would think that it is like an MX-5 in size, whereas the GT86
I
is
didn't know
more
that.
like a Z4, I suppose, a bit more Supra size.
Yeah, there isn't really anything that sits in that GT86 pocket, is there?
No,
it's
not
just
really.
the GT86.
Yeah, it is, you're right. And fair play to them for
Apart from
opening
just
a
the
new
rebrand.
space, but it was just a bit of a
Yeah.
pants version of a coupe. And then that
Well-
whole talk of if Subaru can sell one to Toyotas every 10, do you remember that? And then it was like, oh, it was rare look to see a Subaru one, and you think they're just equally as pants. So I don't know what they get.
Well, they've all got boxers. If they differentiated them with engines, it would be interesting, but they're all boxers.
Yeah.
So.
They're
It's just,
badge
at that point,
change.
it's just badge and styling, yeah.
Can you two guess the 0 to 60 of GR86?
Of a GR86.
7.2.
So what is it? It's a 2 litre non-turbo. 7.2 seems,
Yeah. 7.2.
A bit
your
quick.
guess, Charlie.
I'd say 8.
Ooh, haters. It's a 6.1.
Oh,
Is it?
I thought
Take it all
That's
back.
not too bad.
What? 2 litre NA is that's quite impressive.
Yeah, that is good.
What does it weigh? Is it like 1100?
Let me Google 1 second. GR86. It is 1,275 kilos.
Okay.
So,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I still
And
love
just-
sub 1300 though. That's still, in today's money, that's a mega thing.
Yeah, I forget this stuff is so expensive. So
heavy, yeah.
heavy now.
Whereas the MX5,
Well-
you're looking at around 1,100 kilos.
That's so impressive. My 87 MR2 is 1100 kilos. That's so impressive. That's very impressive. Well, talking about porky, heavy things, we should talk about what we've been up to before we
Yes.
move into car things.
I
And
like that. Great
Cav has
segue.
bought a very heavy vehicle.
A very heavy 2-point-ton, 5 litre V8 E39 M5. And you're
this is
right.
fantastic.
So heavy. I did not realise
heavy.
they were packing that much weight in the
I
day.
couldn't believe it.
Yeah, shocker.
Could not believe they're so heavy.
I think it's given me a little bit more respect for the G90 M5 because that is, I think, 2.5 tonne, and that gets down the road a hell of a lot quicker than an E39 M5. And I just think that everyone's really beaten up, and don't get me wrong, I know I'm a BMW fanboy, disclaimer, yes, I would suck the tit of a BMW, but hold on. We obviously, every generation gets slightly heavier. To have only put on 300 kilos in 25 years,
That's
I don't
very
hate that.
impressive, yeah.
I don't hate that. Well, all right, 2.5 tonne is too much, but as was 2.2 tonne for way back when E39.
Well, yeah, they
M5.
started off very heavy, so
yeah,
they didn't.
they
they
started
need,
very, very heavy.
You're right. I think they were lead
What's the
lining them
weight?
for the future.
Yeah. For the listeners, I've currently got the auction, the sold auction of Cav's lovely
Piston heads, yes.
T30.
So to give a bit of context,
Fantastic colour.
one of our customers, Redline Competitions, saw a video that I made the other day and said, I said, I want a fixer-upper. Should I buy a 46 or a 92? They said, why don't we back that? So whatever you buy, we'll kick it out the door and a raffle during Christmas. So we found a fixer-upper. It was an E39 M5, 1999, 104,000 miles. It was £17,500, which 5 years ago you'd have spat your tea out if you'd have spent that much money on an E39 M5. But today, a clean one is like 25 grand. So to find
Yeah, I
that
was
for
looking at-
sub 18, and then it gives us a
Yeah.
little bit of money in the pot to sort of play around with. We're going to make it our own, but we're not going to go crazy. We're not going to do bucket seats and a cage because it's not that sort of car. Plus, the E39 Owners Club, which I am now a proud member of, they don't like them over-fettled. They really don't want
They
you
don't
to.
I can
need it.
imagine.
No, they don't.
They don't need it.
Shy of, like, the only thing they all say, and we all need to be in agreement on this one, is there's just the lack of volume from that
I couldn't.
huge
agreed.
V8. Just
Is that-
not enough.
It sounds like a Hoover.
Yeah, it does. It's
I
got a
couldn't believe how
nice
big the V8 was either. I was completely shocked how big it is.
4.9. Yeah, big old thing. And it's got a really nice note from the front. Not crazy, but you can hear it. Whereas when you're in it and you're standing near it, you're like, there's just how? And this was 1999 before OPFs and 17 cats and restrictions. Like, I'm like, why did they not just let it breathe? But yeah, that's
How does it
been me.
drive?
It's lovely, to be fair. It's comfortable, and the one observation I would make is, I put my foot down on a slip road within the speed limit, officer, and
Of course.
not a lot happened. Unlike
say, I
most
bet it went
V8s.
nowhere.
Just no torque, and then I thought, oh, a little bit underwhelmed. I must admit, and then it got going, and I was like VTEC. I was thinking, holy, we're getting down the road now. It really does
nice.
come on after 5 grand, and which is weird for a V8 because they normally run out of puff at 6, don't they? Whereas that
Oh,
just
I
kept
forget
going and
they've
going
got-
and going.
Vanos, right? Yeah, it's like it's basically like a chain-driven VTEC, right?
Yeah.
Bizarre.
That's cool.
Really bizarre. And does this
That is
all
very
this
Very
on the dashboard?
problematic
Does this
as well.
light up?
Hold on.
Does this all light up? This red line stuff
The
on the gauge cluster.
I think I'm a little bit behind you. So yes, so that two purposes. on the rev counter, are you looking at the rev counter? Because I think it's delayed.
Yeah.
I can't see. So in the morning, that will, as the orange lights go further round to the right, that will basically tell you how much of the rev range you can use because you're getting more. And then when it's
Oh,
up to 10,
really? That's cool.
That's cool.
That's really cool.
it won't stop you from revving past it, but it basically says like this is the don't go past that. Which the 46 adopted and carried on. And then I don't know if it's a standard feature because the CSL did it, and I don't know if that's been put on my car after the fact. But yeah, as you're getting right round the revs, it will basically, that orange light will illuminate the other way, and then when it gets to the top, it flashes as if to say, now's the perfect time to change gear, and it really kicks you in the back if you get the timing right. It's a really, really cool thing, to be fair, and the CSL did it. So I don't, as I say, I don't know if it was a standard 39 feature or if they've been put on after the fact. But it is cool because you think, hang on, bang, and as I say, it really kicks you in the back.
This looks so good.
Yeah, it's a lovely thing, and Avis Blue, little bit. I think what I love about it, but a lot of people would overlook, is it's so understated. Like
Mate.
it changed the wheels. That might not be an M. I don't really,
That's what makes
apart
it
from
cool, though.
bumpers, but subtle. Like that could be a 30i,
Am I right in
couldn't it?
saying this is the same as the 36 where they didn't change anything but the front bumper?
Yeah, which
There's no kit.
I'm a little bit anti with the 36 because the 36 could be a 330i.
Oh, the 36 is too subtle.
Yeah, and also because the engine is still a straight 6. Granted, it went from a 2.8 to a 3 and then a 3.2, but we're talking a couple of 100cc. Whereas, well, then again, you can get a 545i, which is a V8 as well. So yeah, same sort of thing. But I think I like the understatedness of it. Because it did start getting the 46 was still pretty understated, and then obviously Bangle kicked in, and then you knew it was an M after then. Which I don't get me wrong, I don't dislike Bangle's design at all. I think the 92 is a really beautiful thing, but that is very. I almost feel like that is what Alpina carried on with, that really understated look. You only get the pinstripe and the wheels to tell you the difference between the two. But enough about me, more about you. What have you been up to, chaps?
Well, I have been having a go in Charlie's RS3 last week. I'm sure that you've all heard about it and seen pictures. Cuzzy bro.
I'm not gonna miss being called Cuzzy.
Yeah, Cuzzy bro. When we've been in it for about 2 minutes, there was already somebody at some lights, flashing.
Immediately, an E36 was giving
immediately.
it this, and I couldn't believe it.
It was very, very fun time. I was completely and utterly blown away immediately by how fast that car is. It just put me back in my seat, and I was quiet for a few seconds because it's the fastest car that I have ever been in, that I've ever driven.
Love that.
Let me think. A GT3 RS, but maybe it was the RS3 on like normal roads that just makes you feel like you're just going so much faster. Obviously, less than 70 miles an hour at all times.
Offset.
Let me just think. I've wrote some great points about it. The engine, fantastic. 5-cylinder.
What an engine!
The best. It is the best part about that car. I didn't initially like how it looked. It looks a little understated from
Can we get a
from
picture
the
up,
front.
Charles?
Yes. Can you not see my screen? Let me fix that for
I
you.
think there might be.
We're back in the room. Sincere apologies, ladies and gentlemen. We had a slight technical difficulty there. I just wanted to see the
Can't
most
break it.
understated car in the world that James was fapping one off over.
I think
just
when I first
such
saw it,
It's a
It's
mega,
not.
mega
Sorry,
thing,
go on.
isn't it?
It's not the
Yeah.
looks, it's the shape. I like the shape. It's very muscular. It's very cool. I think I'd have it in a brighter colour. But when you got it in a bright colour, it looks like half the front is missing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you remember the
understand
Seat
the design
Boccanegra?
there. Say that again, sorry?
Do you remember the Seat Boccanegra?
Yes.
I can't say I do.
It's a
no.
1.4
Yes.
TFSI, and the Boccanegra literally means black nose, and that makes me think of that because there's just no other colour,
Yes.
is there?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Spot on.
Yes.
I remember that there were 1.4
Funny little
TFSIs, and they were 100. I want to say 190 horse from factory, and anybody that tried to remap it blew them up because they were already at limit. They was just
Right
like,
at the
no,
limit,
that's as
yeah.
much as you can have, and
Yeah.
any more you. Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look at that monthly because I think we can all agree, and I'm sorry to take the words out of your mouth, Jar. The price is eye-watering.
It's ridiculous. It's crazy, isn't it? Just for reference, I don't think we've established this for people that don't know. Lovely people at Audi UK let me borrow an RS3 last week or the week before. And yes, the one that they gave me was £71,000 with option.
And what edition was
which
that?
is just insane. So that's the Vorsprung.
Vorsprung.
So they changed it. The pre-facelift, you had carbon or Vorsprung. Whereas this version, if you get Vorsprung, you also get carbon, because this thing was covered in carbon fibre.
So is that as
no
high
RS3
spec as you
badge
can
on
go?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
It bloody better be.
I think
for
you can add a
71
couple.
grand.
You can you can add a couple grand for the ceramic brakes.
A couple, that'd be more like 5 or 6 for carbon ceramic brakes.
Let me check the
I
options.
just wanted to, and because we mentioned this on the phone, and to the listeners, we do talk outside of the podcast as well. I'm sorry to kill the illusion, but
Yeah, 5 grand for carbon ceramics.
so you're 76. Would that be fair to say that's as much as you can spend?
If we were to do, yeah,
Not toolkits and
76.
silly shit like that. Like what, 25 quid for
with a 5-year warranty
That's not
is an
too
extra 100 quid.
Fine,
Would
I'm
we do
having
that?
that.
Would
I'm
you want
having
a
that.
5-year?
Yeah, we'll have that.
Dynamic microfiber leather combination with honeycomb
Absolutely,
pattern. Sure.
absolutely.
200 grand.
That is what?
You're
So-
looking at
okay, so
80,000.
now
We can't combine them. You can get it to 80 for sure. Yeah, 80.
Oh my
80,000 and 60,000.
80,000
80 grand for that.
Only
For an A3.
20 years ago was a list 996 GT3 that amount of money, and that's a supercar.
It's wild, isn't it?
What is going on? So before we go, not going anywhere, £854 per month. That's an interesting number. Can you tell me what the depot is? Because if the deposit is low, then I just want to see if that shelf edge price means anything really. So where are you up to? Where are you up to? Sorry to the people that are only listening. We're on the configurator.
16,000 for the
16
deposit.
grand down, £854 a month. Do I want to lose that lump and £854 a month to just
And
pay
whatever
For
the
an
depreciation
A3.
is.
I think that. I
And
think
whatever
it's
the
just way too much
depreciation
money.
is.
What else
Yeah.
can £78,000 buy you? What's your
Funny you
three-car
asked
garage?
that. So I really wanted to know this because my whole logic was, yes, this car is fantastic. It's amazing. It was absolutely incredible. Genuinely one of the most ridiculous cars I've ever driven.
Cracking all-rounder.
But yeah, all-rounder is the word for sure. But I wouldn't be getting it. I would be getting a 3-car garage, a 5-car garage or whatever. So I was like, right, 3-car garage. What would I get for this? Because I wanted to see how far I could stretch this much money. And so for me, a 3-car garage, there's a few points you want to hit. So weekender,
Yep.
you got to have a weekender. An auto, have to have an automatic, I reckon, and a
Cruiser.
hatch. Because if I want to go and buy a cupboard, you can put the seats down and you can get a cupboard in the back of a hatch.
Does the
If you get the
auto
right sort of
double up
hatch.
as the daily as well?
You can do, because also I'd want a convertible, but I haven't done a convertible here. You can hit multiple points, whatever.
Yeah.
So the budget is so I wanted, so the one they lent me was just about 72 grand with the paint. So started off with a weekender. I have picked this wonderful
Ooh, yes.
Exige Series 1. Bit ratty paint, don't care.
Was that the K-Series engine from Rover?
I think you might be right. This might be a 6-cylinder though. I'm
Kill
not
it
sure.
with fire.
That's a very good
Kill
question.
it with fire if it is the Rover engine.
It's the 1.8K series. If you're
Fair.
1.8.
Well, anyway, so
You
I
can
would
look at
use
it,
some,
can't you? Oh, the steering wheel is God.
Yeah, needs a new steering wheel.
Want some new seats?
And I would
new engine.
I would put.
So you've blown your budget on the
seatbelts
car.
in it. I would put
not
proper
fair.
seatbelts in it. But immediately, right, this is going to be more fun and engaging
Cool
than the
thing.
RS3.
Much better conversation starter as well.
Absolutely, and that's what cars are about for me. The problem with the RS3 is you're so far under the radar; it's ridiculous.
Unless you're
some
a
people do
cuzzy bro,
recognise it.
cuzzy bro.
Yeah,
everyone
yeah.
calls you Cuzzy.
So then, And another rule of my free car garage: they cannot be the same colour. They have to look good on the driveway together. It's non-negotiable. Right. So
And
now
the Lotus
automatic.
will Google well as well.
Yes.
There's a little techie joke
And then,
there for all
so
the website
here's my
people.
automatic for 11.3. Yeah, see, even now with a fair amount of change, like this is cool uncle driveway. Like, oh my god, we're going to Charlie's house. Look at the cars on the driveway.
When we didn't care about how much profile we were on the set of tyres, that is phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah. That looks
This
so
is
Gone are the
comfy.
times. Gone are the
Fantastic.
times.
Oh, sorry, I haven't said what this is. It's a BMW 735i from 1982 in, do you know the colour, Cav? Don't say red.
I want to say Sacker Orange.
It just says metallic red paint. It looks
Great.
it's like a burnt orange. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
In
yeah,
in
phenomenal
today's
car.
world, that would be Sacker Orange. Unless somebody in the
what
comment
are we-
section
what-
wants to tell me I'm wrong. Sorry.
And we are 41 grand in.
Okay.
So we have
You've got a
30k
lot of
left to
driveway
spare.
there, yeah.
Yeah, so then
Ah, yes.
free car garage, we've got about a grand spare.
No way.
We got a
can you buy one of
99 one
those.
Lancia Delta HF Integrale for 27,200.
Damn.
Like, come on,
I just don't hate you. I don't hate you for any of it apart from that Lotus.
look at that. You're not a fan of the Lotus?
It just screams I'm going to break down.
But that's fine because then you just get in the BMW and then when that breaks you can get
Yeah, I
in
was
the
going to say,
Lancia.
bro.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Lancia
you've
is
not done a
famous.
free. There's no reliability in any of those three.
Absolutely
There
nothing.
is not. But again, this comes back to my point. You could buy an E60 M5 and buy another one when it breaks and do that about 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
But again, you made a really good point. No one's seeing the 71k cash.
No.
They're seeing the deposit, then the monthly, and then they don't even see the depreciation that much because they chop it in after 2 years. So like, it's not
And
for us.
From a finance
not-
perspective, and to be fair, this is just an observation.
Mm.
The RS3 in the world of finance, safe bet. Yeah, we know what the residuals are going to be. We know it's a good car. We know it's not going to break down all the time. If you go to a finance company and say, I'd also like 8.9% APR on a Lancia Delta, a Lotus, and a 735i, they would go, yeah, try this one. It's at 98% APR. You can just have that
Yeah.
one. Cheers. Spoon feeding you a credit card, basically.
Also, this here. Can I line it up? That is a BMW.
It does look scary.
2
like a
Series.
BMW.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like a 2
Especially with
Series
those
if you just
rims.
cut off the sides. The German blokes have been doing this for ages. They just all make each other's cars.
Can I speed line you sub 30 seconds what I'm spending 72 on?
Yes,
Because
please.
I'm in this world right now. I must admit, been on a track day today. Really, I'm falling in love with the M2. It's taken me a long time to gel with it, but I'm buying the best F87 M2 I can for 35.
Yeah.
35, 40.
Is that what they go for?
No, mine was way less, but I'm saying you've got to get some nice bits to make it what it is. So I'm not saying the cheapest version you can get because that won't be as sexy. I'm spending 35 on a BMW M2 because that's doing a lot, to be fair. You're going fast, you're doing the weekends, but I want that in a manual. To lead into your automatic thing and daily, which is probably what I'm going to get when the M5 goes, is an L322 4.4 V8 turbo diesel Range Rover. Because a good one of them, sub 100,000 miles, is 15. So what have I spent now? I've spent 50. And then
Spend the
I
rest on
don't-
the mechanic for the 322.
I don't, yeah, probably a 20 in reserves. Yeah, you're right. If I've got to spend the other 20, I don't really know what other box I need to tick because I've got fun and I've got daily. But I would probably, just to say I've got one still, would be an E46 M3. Now, I know that's safe and boring, but I can't think of anything else I'd want to spend 20 grand on, to be honest. Or 25
Really?
grand,
There's
sorry.
nothing like, there's not a 2-seater classic or like...
I am overweight quite a lot. Overweight people can't sit in 2-seaters because they just get called N0 NCE. I won't say that
Fair.
word.
The catering was
'cause,
quite tight.
You know, YouTube. Look at that. How gangster is that? And you can get them for £15,000 now.
Yes, because they don't work, Cav.
disagree.
Yeah,
I
they just do not
disagree.
work. No.
There's a good
Look
friend
at
of
this, none
ours.
of these are moving. They're all stationary or stuck.
That one's moving. Or is somebody just changing the oil?
Yeah, I call that stuck, not moving.
One of our good friends, so two actually, Jamie and Elliot. One is Fetch Motorsport, Fetch Transport, and Jamie, I can't remember what Jamie's company is called, but they both use them for pulling. Both do like 40,000 miles a year, and they said, I've changed an alternator. And I don't hate that. 40,000 miles in a year and they've changed an alternator. I don't hate that. I think buying the right one to begin with, that's where the problems come from.
Doing well.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And big up Lizzie. She had a 322. Found that out on
Before
TDC
we move
podcast.
on from the RS3,
Sorry.
I've got one more thing I want to bring up. So, a friend pointed out to me, if you go to the settings of the infotainment by swiping, before you get to settings, it's store. There's a button called store on a £71,000 car. One of the first thing in the store is the subscriptions, two of which I was auto-enrolled into, which is for unlocking and locking the phone, unlocking the car, and getting notifications if it's broken into, which were free for 3 years. Then you've got to start paying for them, right, which is just egregious. Then, on the infotainment itself, there's a grey background. You can change that background, right? And that is doable in the themes section of the store. And what the theme does is it changes the ambient lighting, which you can do anyway. You can change the ambient lighting to whatever you want. So it changes it to something you could make yourself anyway. And then it changes the picture. It gives you a single image that changes the wallpaper, right? So here is an example of a wallpaper you can get. This is the Halloween theme one, which is absolutely atrocious.
It's disgusting. That looks like
Yeah,
a sort of
absolutely
old,
atrocious.
like Xbox game menu. That looks terrible.
Yes, yeah, really so badly considered, really bad. And then there's this one here.
It doesn't even
that
lend
would-
itself to the menu, like the picture,
Yeah.
it's pants.
No, not at all. No consider on that. But this one's a bit nicer, a bit calmer, a bit more colourful. It comes with purple and gold interior lighting, which again you can change yourself anyway. What I want you guys to tell me is how much you think this costs. But I don't want you to try and guess. I want you to tell me how much it should cost.
It
Because
shouldn't,
should be zero.
it shouldn't cost a penny.
It should be zero.
Yeah.
But say you have a store, you've got to keep the images somewhere. You want fair enough. I can understand charging. How much should that be?
Per month? Or just as a one-off
No,
payment?
this is a single payment.
Oh, maximum like 99p, just for like...
99p is the exact figure that it should be. Cav, what do you reckon?
Yeah.
You can have 20 quid.
£20!
Just to say I've
20
got
quid?
it. You can have
That's
20 quid
wild.
because the 20 quid number is, and this is a marketing thing, and this is a bit of a testosterone driven thing. If I've got the boys in the car with me, I will happily spend 20 quid so that they don't say, oh my God, you brokey, you didn't pay for the menu. Anything more than that, I think the whole car will agree it's a scam. So you've got to think, what can we get away with from Audi? You know, what's enough, what's dick
You can
swinging?
tell he's a salesman, can't you?
Proper.
Yeah,
Always
that
got to
is
think
wild.
about
It's £17.99 for that image.
for the one image or for the
just
whole
that,
thing.
Just that image. No, just that image. To change the wallpaper to that
$17.99
picture is
for a
£17.99.
And then if you want another picture, $17.99.
They're different prices. So this one, this Halloween one is £12.99.
Okay, makes sense. Worth it.
Oh, Cav thought it was a subscription for changing the wallpaper. No, each image is its own price.
Get fucked.
Absolutely, Audi, that's
In a
fucking shameful.
£71,000 car.
It's absolutely fucking shameful. Unbelievable.
More sales.
So
more
is
marketing.
BMW though. They all...
Has this? I was going to say
They all
BMW
have
are
rubbish
worse for that. Like you now have to
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
for your heated seats to work. But
Fucking atrocious.
question is this: the good friend of mine, Kyle, Defined Coding, who can basically code stuff into your BMW.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming there is an Audi equivalent of him.
Oh, gotta be. Yeah,
This
yeah.
feels like the perfect thing that they can sell for £1 or £5, and then you can get
Mm-hmm.
actually good pictures or pictures that you've taken yourself. That I don't hate that. You know, there's an opportunity for somebody to make some money and Audi not get any. I hope somebody cracks that code and they can sell RS3 themed pictures.
Yeah.
You can have that as a business
Right,
plan.
shall we move
Shall
on?
we move
I
on,
realise
yes.
that we've been talking
Do you
about
wanna
this
lead
for
here,
a little
James?
while. Is this the Twingo?
The El Twinger.
How exciting. I did not
Yes,
realise
well
that
done.
this was coming out until I read the article earlier today. And I'm excited. I like what Renault have done already with their
Yes.
harkback EVs. Love the 5. The 5.
Yeah, the 5
Every
is
time I see
so
one, I
cool.
do like a little sort of, oh, look at, oh.
Yeah.
I love
Yes, they're
them.
so exciting, aren't they?
They're like, oh, same with the, I can never remember the model name, but the Alpine, the, what's it, numbers.
Oh, no idea.
No,
Yeah,
Copy
yeah.
paste.
Just-
Yeah.
They look really good. I love those sort of X low sort of front spotlights. This Twingo is exciting. I like that they're on this, train again.
They've
it looks cute.
They've worked out. They've worked out what the Chinese manufacturers can't do, which is nostalgia. Because
Yeah,
no
absolutely.
one's
Well
dad was
said.
driving them around. No one's dad
Well
was driving
said.
them around in a Sangyong. No,
Xiaomi.
not Sangyong. A Xiaomi.
A
Yeah,
Xiaomi.
they can't do it. That's why, and I think it's quite obvious that Renault realised this and went, "Oh my God, this is what we need to do," because this Twingo has been developed in 100 weeks, which is quicker than it took them to put the F1 engine in the Espace, which they did as a joke, basically. And because they've worked out, because the 5, they couldn't make them quick enough because people were just eating
they're
them
so
up.
popular.
And that's why they've not done a Ford. They've not called it the Capri and made it look nothing like a Capri. They've worked out all we've got to do: get the old styling documents from 20, 30 years ago, make it again
Update them a bit.
electric. And
Yeah.
these are going to be everywhere. These will be absolutely everywhere.
Look
And
at it.
deservedly so.
That's great.
Deservedly so.
17
They've
grand.
nailed this.
That's not too bad.
17 grand.
17. Don't
What's
hate
the
17 because that's going to be
equivalent
250 a
Mini?
month.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
perfect. That's another thing why those Renault 5s are doing so well. The monthlies is just it's
Dirty
nothing.
cheap. Yeah, dirty cheap.
Yeah.
The only thing
really,
that's-
really excited
and,
about
and
this.
we're giving loads of flowers, and I want to give it flowers. I can't get on board with those headlights.
What?
Oh, what?
I can't get on board.
Best
Man, it
bit.
looks like a frog.
Best bit.
It's a
That's the whole
Twingo. It looks
point.
like
It's
a
a
frog. That's the
Twingo.
point of a
It looks too
Twingo.
much like a frog.
Oh,
It's-
maybe in green.
Did you see the? Did you see the in the article where it said that how it had been helped by AI, and it was the. It feels like the right amount of AI is being used. So, in a nutshell, for it's on that article, but for the people listening, the designer can basically sketch, and the AI will turn the sketch into a real life model that they can then tweak. So it's just basically expediting the design process. That's what shaved so much time off of this whole
really?
thing. And I love that because it was
That's
still a
interesting.
man-made thing sped up by AI rather than AI. Can you design a
Augmented,
car for me?
yeah.
No, not allowed. Never going to be on board with that because it will spit out some washing machine looking thing. Whereas I'm okay with AI because, and I'll be completely honest with you. Sometimes, if I'm really struggling with a caption, I know what I want it to say, and then I'll say, ChatGPT, make this sassy. It's 90% my work, but it's helped me through a bit of a spot. It's sped up that creative process. I
Yeah.
will never say, ChatGPT, can you make a comment make a headline for car shampoo, because you're not doing the work then.
Yeah,
Whereas,
no.
can you help me with this bit? I'm okay with that, and that's what they've done with this, and I like it.
Yeah. It's innovative through and through, really. I
Lovely
think
little
it's great.
vents.
Look at that.
Lovely video.
This isn't great for
this
the
is
listeners, but yeah.
Yeah, this is 10 grand cheaper than the equivalent Mini E, the Mini Cooper E.
Oh,
10 grand.
10 grand.
It's going to be nothing inside, right? It's going to be absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same
It's
as
gonna
like,
be very,
it's a
very
baguette
minimal
holder
thing.
because it's funny.
Yeah.
Did you just notice the way the vents spun over as if like to pay homage to the original? That was really cool. I love that. Sorry again to the people just listening, but please go and watch this on YouTube because
Yes.
the ad, the hype ad, is very good.
Absolutely. Yeah, really, really
Yeah,
good.
I
It's,
love how they styled it. It's
yeah, no, it's
fantastic.
perfect. They've really nailed it.
Oh.
Are they going to bring back funky cloth? Are we going to get funky like bus seats in cars again?
Yeah, bingo,
hope
all
so.
carpet.
Car interiors are so dull.
Oh, that's another critique I had with that RS3 is it's just black, black, black.
Piano black as well,
Yeah.
with the awful fingerprint marks everywhere.
Oh, the piano black. What are you doing?
Well,
The
yeah.
first... yeah, no. I kept a cloth in the car so I can wipe everything down every journey. Because you just one fingerprint and it's just gone.
The one other Twingo that, hold on, was the Twingo the 133, the one that they did on Top Gear with the sporty edition
blue
where they
one?
crashed it? They crashed it round the shipping yard.
Yeah.
That was a Twingo as
They're
well,
cool.
wasn't it? Thank you. The do you reckon
It
they'll
was
do a
the-
slightly spicy model only because the Renault 5, you know, the super duper
I was going to ask
wide
this.
body thing, that is magnifique, by the way. Like, that is to look at. And actually, one other electric car that really gives me the fears. Remember that one that, what's his chops? The gentleman that's passed away now, God rest his soul, Ken Block, drove around Las Vegas. It was an Audi something, all electric.
Oh,
And it was
yes.
like Scale Electrics. Like, the
It had like 1,500 horsepower.
nuts.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
you can get the electric motor, mega. If you can get the electric motor sounding like a constant sequential box, we're okay with that. We're okay with that. But just don't give me like, no, okay. I need some sort of volume.
Are we?
Go on.
Sorry, no, carry on.
No.
Carry on.
I can almost already hear what. I'm really sorry, Charlie. Can you Google for me the new Renault 5 super duper thing that's like 120 grand?
Oh,
Hasn't come out
yeah.
yet. What is that called? Super duper. There it is.
Yeah, that's it.
The 3E.
I
Thank you very
think
much.
that looks
I can already
fantastic.
hear that whipping down the road, and I hope we get some sort of sensory overload from the Twingo as well. Not as wound, not as
Yeah.
crazy, but yeah, big up Renault for just owning the hatchback space
Yeah.
again. Because for too long it's been owned by the
Very,
Germans.
very, very French. of
This
them. I like
this
it.
leads into my thought is with the way electric cars are we gonna, as they slowly learn what people want from electric cars, are we gonna get a crazier jump between standard car and spicy car? So like, is it gonna be Twingo, completely quiet, silent, take the kids to school, whatever, Twingo S, wide body, screaming transmission
so.
noise, sequential gearbox?
That'd be sick.
Because I think they just need to go crazier
Yeah.
to get me interested.
Yeah.
Me as in the royal, whatever, car enthusiast person. We're not interested in all this just nothingness.
The appliance.
Whereas, whereas mum and dad are, which is fine because that. But
Which is-
if you could get a Twingo for 17k, or you could get a Twingo like GR Yaris equivalent for 27, I think that would sell.
I think that's the biggest failing of Tesla. I don't know the difference between the spicy one and the most basic one.
It's just a badge about that big on the back.
Yeah.
Behave.
So, yeah.
Behave. Yeah, more of
Which
that.
the RS3
please.
keeps up with, up to 70, officer.
What
But then it
would
runs out of
all
puff
of
again
this
at
power?
115.
What would all this power in these, small super EVs do to their, range and all the battery life stuff? Because I can imagine it would just melt through charge, which is great. Same way that an RS3 would melt through fuel if you're going for
Yeah.
it. But when you can't just fill it up,
Yeah. I was thinking
that
this.
might run a bit thin.
More strategic hooms. Yeah, you're right. Actually.
Yeah, but then like, surely it completely defeats the purpose of something like a Taycan being a Panamera. Is I can't go from my front door to the ring at 150 miles an hour on the autobahn in an electric car because it will last 20 minutes, surely.
Yeah.
So it just completely, a barnstormer doesn't work if it's electric, right? Because you just won't have the range. You don't have it's not even the range, it's the charge time.
I get it completely, but I feel like the electric and petrol sliding scale is much the same. The more you put your foot down, the less you're getting out of it. So you need to make that decision. Do I want to get there on a tank? Do I need to get there on a charge? Or actually, I've made up so much time. I've got the half an hour to plug it in the same way that I've made up the times I can go and refuel. I don't think it's a problem that we can put on electric cars because we've got the same issue with petroleum.
I disagree completely because you can do 200 miles an hour in an RS6 and blow through the tank in 45 minutes and fill it up in 5.
Fair.
You
Okay,
could
sorry.
do that speed in a Taycan for maybe half an hour, and once I don't know how long it would go for that. Even if it's an hour, it's then going to take you twice as long to charge it back up to that again.
So
There's a race in there. There's a race in there.
But
There is a
the
race
internal
in there.
combustion engine will still win. Like,
That's what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
it just doesn't make any sense to me.
The
Because you're
only-
taking the depreciation, you're taking the lack of engagement, and trading it for nothing.
to be a salesman for EVs for a minute, to fill up said RS6 and go again is going to cost you a oneer. to fill up the Taycan is going to cost you 25 quid. So there's that argument that kicks in as well.
But in that week,
If you've gone and
it's
bought a
depreciated
Taycan.
£200.
Yeah, true. Yeah. Yeah, money goes out the door.
How much is a
That's the thing, you're
Taycan
right.
Turbo S as well?
They can't make the argument for it being healthier on your wallet, can they? Nowhere
It's not.
near.
It's
Because
not.
whatever you're saving on the gym. I remember when I went into Tesla in Solihull, don't ask me why I was there, and she said, oh, what do you drive? And at the time I had an XJR. And she said, oh, what are you driving? So I told her, and I said, oh, I think they're quite expensive. I think that was the way I got rid of her. And she had this pucker spreadsheet of what do you spend on fuel, what do you spend on monthlies, da 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 da. And then at the time, this is when they were brand spanking new and they hadn't depreciated yet. She said, oh, you'll save this much per month. And it was a pretty chunk. It was like 400 quid a month. And I was like, that's mega.
Yeah.
But what she didn't foresee was that Tesla's now worth £3.50 and you won't save a penny.
Yeah, no chance. I remember I was taken out in a Tesla Plaid when they first came out down a back road, and it was a minute and a half until all I could smell was brake discs. And I just wouldn't want to spend that much money on a car that I can't throw down a back road without worrying that the brakes are going to fade, or it's just not. It needs to be capable, and a Tesla's just not capable. It's embarrassing, if anything.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
Tesla
I couldn't do
brand
it to
is
myself.
weak at the moment as well. And
Oh,
that matters
God, yeah.
to me as a social media
They're
brand.
a joke.
I remember how much I was excited to see a Tesla in the UK for the first time. I was so excited to see them because it was so cool. It was such a someone's finally worked out electric vehicles, and now BYD
just everywhere.
BYD sales have gone up 800% this year.
And they've literally
Like-
taken that market share from Tesla, haven't they? Like it's just
absolutely.
one exchange to the other.
Yeah. And it's really funny that the old idiom like, oh, when I was your age, this was all fields. It's like, oh, when I was your age, this Suzuki garage was a Suzuki garage, and now it's a fucking BYD garage.
Yeah. They are taking
Like
over.
when I was your age, this was a BMW garage. It's now a Xiaomi or something, and it's happening everywhere.
Yeah.
Yang Wang.
And that's why Renault have to do things like develop a car in a year, in 2 years, because the Chinese have just kicked the door in and gone, "Hello, everyone. We've been doing better at this domestically for 3 or 4 years. Now we're going to start importing them."
What you've really opened my eyes. I did not realise that you've hit such a great point there, James. I apologise if you wanted to say something. Sorry, I feel like I've just butted in.
No, that's all right.
What Ford did to the Capri really turned me off the Ford brand. If they made a saloon style, or maybe a mini saloon, made it batshit crazy and called it the Escort RS, I'm okay with that.
Yes.
But to not
You
to
have
make
to
it a-
respect the name.
Yeah,
you
you
have
really
to
do.
respect the name.
Yeah, you're
it's
right.
completely pointless unless you respect the name. If they'd have come out with, I don't even know, just an electric Mustang if they'd have just done a Mustang that was electric rather
the
than
Mach
trying.
E that didn't turn into a people carrier. Like what was that?
What are you doing? And then they did the exact same thing again with the Capri. It's no
Yeah.
bloody different.
Yeah.
They make the Explorer, the Mach-E, and the Capri, which to me are the same fucking
Yeah.
car.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
get it. Do not get it whatsoever.
exactly
But
the
if you'd have
same.
come out, do it. What they had it there with the bloody what's the one OJ Simpson? I always forget the name. OJ
Bronco.
Simpson's car. Bronco. They did just done an electric Bronco. That was perfect. You've got that size sort of car. Yeah, you could have bastardized it a bit, made it a little fatter and a little like weirder looking. But Capri, what? You've used up that name now.
Yeah.
They're going to end up doing Focus and Mondeo, which just don't have the same. They just don't. Like it's not like my dad's generation is looking back at the Capri. My generation is looking back at the Capri. Like, yeah, the Focus and Mondeo are cool, but that stuff was so cool. It's still like, I know you're not, you couldn't give less of a toss about Ford Capris, but like all the Cosy stuff, I just
hate
don't get it.
Ford as a whole, but I've
Do
got
you?
respect for the passion the enthusiast has for the RS models, and especially the Cosworth. Like they romanticise about them as I do the 46 M3, and I just think that the thing is, and I've got to be aware of this. Does anybody really romanticise about a Renault 5 GT Turbo? Once upon a time, yes. But does anyone go, I'd love to own a 5?
Yeah,
I
I say they
think-
do.
Yeah,
fair enough.
absolutely. I would say the absolute surefire way of being a showstopper at Cars and Coffee is a mid-engine Renault hatch. Any generation, they are the coolest thing at the Cars and Coffee. Clio V6,
Yeah.
Renault 5 Turbo 2, whatever it is. If it's a mid-engine, French, even just French, because the Peugeot did it as well. Mid-engine French
316,
hatch,
yeah.
coolest thing at the I think they're up there with RS Cosworth for cool. I think they're cooler, to be honest.
Yeah, I 100% agree, actually.
Yeah.
The what I was getting at more so, sorry, and I probably didn't word it right. I feel like more people remember the Renault 5 for just the Renault 5
Oh yeah,
rather than the GT Turbo. I feel like they didn't. They won the hearts of more people that cared about. Whereas if you bring back the Capri was more. People cared more about the 2.8 Brooklands and the fast Capris than they did the lesser models. Whereas with the Renault
Yeah.
5, they probably cared more about the Renault 5 than they did the GT Turbo. I'm talking about the vast majority of the public.
It's a car of the people rather than a car of the petrol head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whereas with the Escort, maybe I'm going back on myself here. How much do people care about the dishwasher model Escorts, the SEs? Whereas they all care about the Cosworth. So
Yeah.
unless I don't know where I sit on that.
I
'cause
think you can make it work if you stay in the lane. If you take car of the people and make an electric car of the people the same name, brilliant. If you take a car of the petrol head and make an electric car of the petrol head of the same name, perfect. If you take a car of the petrol head and try and make an electric car of the people, not going to work. And
Yes.
that's what they
Just
did with
upsets
Capri.
people.
Yes,
You have to
yes,
stay
yes.
in the lane. You have to
Yeah.
respect the
And
name.
that's what they did with the Mackie.
My-
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
My
that's-
dad had
unless
a
you've got
Ford
anything to
Capri.
add, James. Oh yeah, I love this story.
When he was
It's so
younger,
good.
my dad had a Ford Capri. I think it was his first ever car. So when I showed him a photo of this yellow new Ford, he had no idea what it was. He had no idea, and I was clearly just staring at him like, huh? And then he said, "Don't you dare say." He's like, That's the. He was furious. He said, "It looks nothing like it at all, like whatsoever." And I am very, very happy with where this is going. Renault is so much more on it. Renault over Ford. Yeah, I'm very, very.
Who thought we'd be saying
excited.
that?
Yeah.
What
yeah,
a weird
indeed.
age we live in.
Imagine though, if they did do like in 5-10 years, an electric Focus RS or something, weird like that.
Yeah.
That'd be. But knowing them, it would probably be a minibus.
Yeah, that's the thing. It'll be like a commercial vehicle. Well, should we end it on there? We've got another topic of electric cars.
So Ferrari have mentioned that they are thinking about doing a 4-seater electric vehicle, and much like the Koenigsegg Gemera, I don't really care. So moving on.
That's enough.
Just to clarify, they have completely confirmed it and they've revealed like bits of the car. But I am all
Silly
I'm
name.
all EV
Silly
out.
name. Silly
Yeah,
name.
stupid name. Come on.
Electrica. It sounds like a Pokemon.
Electrica. Yeah, there's some
Silly.
really interesting stuff going on with this car, but I'm bored of
Also-
electric car talk. We'll bring this up at a different time. When they
That is
actually
an
announce
incredibly
the car,
ugly render. I don't know what
Yeah,
that
no,
is,
it's
but
terrible.
that is not very nice.
That's a Purosangue squashed.
it is
Yeah,
basically,
yeah.
I
AI
one
Purosangue.
point I will say, I think it's really clever of Ferrari to reveal the platform before the car. Because if they'd revealed the car, everyone would have gone, "Oh God, electric Ferrari, chuck it away, news story dead, not interested." Whereas they've come out and said, "Electric Ferrari, but no body, you can just see what
It's
the wheels do."
breadcrumbs. Yeah.
Yeah, whereas now I'm
it changes
interested and I'm
gear.
excited to see what Ferrari do with it. But that's enough electric talk. So we have asked people to ask some questions. We've asked you to ask some questions, get in the comments and ask some bloody questions. Get in them comments.
more.
So today we have a comment from lovely els.jade, I think her at is, who's someone I actually met on a convoy to Roll Hard. I saw a line of like 7 interesting cars, and then I flicked through my radio channels until I picked up their radios. So that's how I met this person. So shout out that person. Their question was, how do we draw the line where do we draw the line with respect to all builds? Is there a line? For anyone that doesn't know what respect to all builds is, I don't know if it's just an English thing. It's sort of, we're supposed to, people say like, respect all
nice.
builds, basically. Just be nice. Well,
It's the
this is a
woke
very interesting topic to
department
me.
of the car scene, is what it is.
But yes, let's start with James. I think let's start. I think
Yeah,
Cam's ready
okay.
to.
I would never go up and say, I don't like your Toyota Celica with green and blue trim with a silly, stupid spoiler and
With a Joker
it's
sticker
too
on the
high.
side.
Like, I would never go and say that. I would judge them heavily internally with my friends from afar. But I don't know. If you have a car like that, no shade, nothing wrong with it. I just can't work out what you expect people to think of it, if you know what I mean. Maybe that's just me being kind of, judgy, but I think let's just be nice, and everyone has their own taste, their own style, but if you do go and do something horrendous, for example, the Celica from our first episode, with those god-awful
Yes.
rims. So you're telling me that nobody has gone up to it and said, mate, those wheels need sorting out. I don't know. Oh man, come on. Yeah. What?
So this is what I'd call a respect all builds build. For people who can't see, it's a Nardo grey Honda Civic with a sticker of a gorilla on the side. It's got fake plastic canards. It's got like rip stickers. It's got blacked out lights. It's got decals everywhere. It's that sort of
Romanian
car.
spec, like 5
Yes.
Series.
Yes,
with-
yes.
with all the M
yeah, you'd
badges.
see it. Yeah, you'd skull and crossbones for an M badge. You'd have even the hub of the wheel is painted red. It's very much. It seems to be this sort of customization seems to be a lot more popular in Eastern Europe, which is a really interesting part of
It's
car
probably
culture.
just
I think
budget, if
fantastic.
I'm being honest.
Yeah,
probably
true.
budgetary.
Stickers are a lot cheaper than modifications. So, what do you think about the question? Is there, Cav? Is there where's the line on respect all builds?
If we have to respect all builds, then the owners have to respect all opinions. Mm-hmm. And obviously, I actively make videos where I am
Yeah.
playfully having a pop at cars. But I do draw a line on, I will probably offend this person because I don't like this car, so I won't say anything. The holes that I poke are always up. It's something that I can't afford, or it's something so creative that I would never have thought of it. So I will always bully
interesting.
up, and I'm giving props to that person. If they've got killer fitment, I'll say, and I've made the joke before, and I'd like to use it as an example. A Catholic priest would see that fitment and think, "My time to shine." In that I'm poking holes at Catholic priests, I'm not poking holes at the car. Now, where I do, and so a prime example of what I would never bully is hydro-dipped engine covers. I fucking hate hydro-dipped anything. But if I saw that car at a show, that is the sort of fella that would go, you wouldn't understand, you don't know how hard it is to build this sort of thing on benefits. So I won't have a dig at them, because it must be really, really difficult. So I would keep, if I properly hate it, I will keep it to myself. If I'm in admiration of it, I will make it look like I'm bullying them. But where do I sit on it? You do not have to respect anything. If that person has modified their car, that is them saying, look at me. If you want me to look at you, expect a judgment. If you had a bog standard Ford Mondeo, I'm not giving it a second glance. So I wouldn't have an opinion on it. The moment you put stickers on it, you're basically saying, give me some attention. And if you don't like the attention that it's given you, take the stickers off. Take the thing off.
Yeah.
So you've only got
I
yourself
quite like
to blame.
that.
That's where I sit.
Yeah. And that's basically my same thing is like similar to you, where our content comes. When I'm sat at the side of the road, it's pretty much my initial reaction. I don't really get much time to censor myself.
To filter,
Speaking of, that's the egg telling us to wrap it up. So I don't really get much time to filter myself. And this question asked about where we draw the line with respect to all builds. And I don't think there is a line, because I think as soon as you do a build, you're joining the respect spectrum. And if I was to draw a line, that means I can't mock this guy in his bright pink Fiesta ST. I also can't go up to this guy in his gunmetal grey Gallardo with really nice fitment, because you have to draw a line somewhere
yeah.
in there for you to jump over the line. So in the same way, if I saw, you'll know this car, Jakey's TT.
Yeah.
Really nice Merlot red wrapped TT with
No,
dish
paint.
wheels.
That is paint.
It's paint.
It is paint.
That's paint. Mad wraps. That's really cool. If I saw that build on a Fiesta ST, I would be as impressed, and I would give it as much respect because it's good fitment, it's good colour, it's tastefully picked. The problem is, most of the time I see a Fiesta ST, there's a picture of the Joker on the side. There's
God.
like and if you're going to do that, that's fine. But you're joining that spectrum, and I am allowed to say what I want. I'm not going to come up to you and say, hey, you build shit. If you drive past me on a podcast, I'm going to go, that's fucking terrible. Why have you done that? And that's fine, because there is a group of people that they're going to meet at Cafe and Machine that love their car, and they're their friends.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
Like, I think it's fair game for everything. Obviously, don't be an arsehole.
That's the thing. That's the important bit.
Don't be an arsehole. The thing, it's not respect or builds, it's respect. Be fucking respectful. But I am not
nice.
going to have someone drive past me in an absolutely clapped out car that's not... I understand modifications are expensive. That's fine. But a fucking neon orange paint and a silver paint from Halfords are the same fucking price, and you pick the neon orange for your wheels. Like, come on. In its taste. And different people have different tastes, and that's how we make our friends. And I think there's no respect all builds. Respect all people, because we're all just people, and I completely understand what you're saying about a lot of these builds come from certain people that don't have the money to get really nice rims, so they buy stickers instead. Fair enough. But in the same way, I think if you can make an Alpina look absolutely trash with stickers, and you can make a Fiesta ST look absolutely fantastic with the right fitment. It's just how you apply it, and the next person stood next to me might think it's fantastic. So just, be respectful to people.
What we can't accept are supercars that are done badly, because it's like, come on, budget clearly is not the
You
issue
have the
here.
money, yeah.
What
Come
I
on.
don't like is lack of creativity. The amount of Mark 7 Golfs I've seen in black with red calipers, red ring mirrors, red seat covers. Like, oh, I'm going to get one and I'm going to do it with blue calipers, blue seat covers, blue wing mirrors. Do something other than that, because everyone that's been done to death. I can go on all
to
day.
that, though, whilst I don't disagree with you, the problem is I haven't got a problem with a copy-paste build, because I'd rather you follow the trend than go so far off the beaten track and then try and tell me that your super glued on spoiler is okay. Because that's the problem. I think when people run out of ideas, that's when they start getting a bit garish with it. And I'd rather I don't know, I am not a governing body in the slightest. But if you're desperate to do something to it, ask your mate, is that a good idea? Just because if they're a good friend, they'll tell you.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, respect people. Like, but there's some builds out there that are clapped, and they know who they are, and they like their cars, and that's perfectly fine.
If you
but it's
put a
not for me,
livery
and
on
that's
your
my
car
taste.
that is sole purpose is to attract the attention of children, I don't respect you. You're a weirdo.
Why so serious, mate? Come on. Why so serious?
Yeah.
What
Get
is
in
the
the
obsession
word.
with the Joker? Someone please explain the obsession with the Joker and cars.
It's the
What is it?
mysterious element of it, surely. Like, ooh,
There's nothing
he's gonna
mysterious
break
about the
law.
Joker. It's the least mysterious character, surely.
I
Did
love
the Joker
the
get to
Fiestas.
clap the cheeks on Batgirl?
Not Batgirl, Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn.
Maybe it's something to do with
He's
that.
lost.
It's like, I'm just so in awe of this woman that I want to be her counterpart.
I absolutely love the boot-mounted like LM style spoilers on like a Ford
Oh
Fiesta.
my days.
You know the ones that are about 6 foot wide.
Chassis
Because
mounted wings.
that is
Yeah.
because
It's,
clearly
the one that does my
they
head
don't
in the
care.
most is the wings on Scirocco's. When it's like the roof line extends and then it comes out on the sides. Like, that wing's not doing anything.
Oh
mate.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's
Or
funny.
the
That is
fucking F1 fog lights. Don't get me started, mate. Or 4D plates. Or
the like red
yeah,
flashing
don't.
at the rear. They're so
Right.
annoying. They
So
just
annoying.
flash in your face.
Yeah. It's like a fog light on and off, on and off. Right, I've rambled enough. So should we do our spot of the week?
We should.
So we've all been out into the real world, around real people, and we've all taken pictures of cars as we normally do, and we're going to present our cars, our
Do you
best
know what I
spots of the
have
week.
learned from doing the one successful episode and then the one not so successful episode is that the
Yes.
cars that we pick are one thing, but the backstory that you have to back them with is just as important. So I really
I've not got a good
feel like,
backstory for this one.
as a salesman,
Do you wanna lead? Do you wanna
it
be
is
last?
my job. The problem is if you lead, it's then everyone's getting judged against you. So you kind of want to go in the middle or the end. But I've made the point, so I'll lead. But I do have quite the.
Oh, you
Sorry,
sent me the picture, haven't you?
I haven't yet because I wanted to keep it.
Oh, okay.
Right, that is.
So that
now-
whoever we decide has got the best picture picks what Top Gear episode
Yes.
we get to watch next week.
So it's just coming through. I don't know why I've sent it as a
yes.
file. Sorry, so you've got it in Uber HD. But this is a lovely little 911 SC. And the reason why I like this car so much, so I've been to a track day today at Snetterton, and I was very, very lucky that they took me for 5 laps in this car. And I wanted to know more about this car because the noise of it, actually, I will be able to put a video in as well because this is an audio-led pod.
I don't know if
So
you'll be able
we
to
should
hear
have-
the video, is my only question.
Say that again, sorry.
I don't think you'd be able to hear the video.
If you can hear us. Oh, okay, I get you. Okay, disregard. Let's just talk about the 911's SC. This car is a 50 grand thing, which is not an inexpensive car. Like that's still a pretty penny. But in the world of Porsche,
That's
is
pretty good for
inexpensive.
that. Yeah, for a G. Is it a G series? I don't know. Porsche.
It's a
that's what it
930. Oh, I'm sure it's a
is.
930.
No, 930 is only the turbo, which I learnt recently. It's not the name of
okay.
the generation. I think it's a G series, but someone will correct me.
There's 190 horsepower from factory, and the reason why I properly fell in love with this car is the lovely chaps at Paul Stevens have fettled, and they have made it 290 horsepower. If you can tack 150% more power on without giving it
amazing.
a turbo or a supercharger, that is phenomenal. It weighs
Are they just polished ports or something?
Larry cams, got it breathing right. No ABS, no traction control, 960 kilograms. And
Wow.
bear in mind, my car is 450 brake, big stoppers, lots of traction control, lots of ABS, all the assists, bar traction control. Actually, I'll turn that off. I really, really struggled to get past this car. I did, but it took me 6 laps of being on its bumper, and then it was, and don't get me wrong, driver error is absolutely a factor, I do not care. But I'm getting to a point now where I can really hustle that M2, and every time we got onto a straight, I got back up to his bumper, and then you could just watch it skip round these corners where I'm just like the weight of my car is throwing me over, and I'm understeering, I'm oversteering, and I'm like I'm trying to sort of match his corner speed, and I just couldn't do it. And it was only on the long open straight that I had like all the turbo, all the power just pulled me past it. And I just really, really fell in love with that thing. Now, granted, one thing I should mention is it's a 50 grand thing in standard form. If you wanted that car, you'd be in it for 120. Now, 120, you're up to new 991. Or dare I say it, 992 GT3, which would smoke me.
GT2,
and it would sound
yeah.
better, and it would probably get you home and all that game. So there is an argument for, that's a bit far removed from what it once was. But I just really love that little thing. And I didn't think I would ever care about a Porsche that wasn't a GT on track, and I did. So that's why I love that little thing.
Brilliant. I'm gonna call to the court of car spotting. Is a vehicle inside a racetrack a spot?
I've spotted it. Why does it matter where I was?
Because I could have, because the secret episode that's never getting released, I was at the car park for an event and you weren't happy with it. That's what I would say.
Yeah, but it was a car show.
Well, what's the track day then?
A track day.
Yeah, but is that not?
Do you know what? I don't hate you for
Shout-
playing up on it. I don't hate you.
Yeah.
I understand.
Are we
I
gonna
am-
have
I am-
the rule
I'm
that it
two
has to
ways
be on
about it, but-
road?
I'm two ways about it because if I was at if track day and then a Zonda showed up, it's kind of a spot because I didn't go there expecting to see a Zonda. It's not a show where a Zonda would be. It's someone brought their Zonda to a track. So on that side, that is a spot, but also it's a difficult.
It was a
one.
hyper-focused area for cars. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's different when you see an F40 5 minutes outside of a show.
Why don't we
There's
ask
a
our
whole
viewers
thing to that
what
as
they
well.
think? Shall we just ask our
Yes.
viewers what do they think?
There's some rules.
For spot of the week, should it be on the road and or parked on the street, or can it be free reign
Anywhere.
car parks,
Anywhere.
events, track days?
Just go to the
Because if it's
Pagani.
anywhere, I'm just going to go to
Yeah.
an exec
Yeah.
dealership
Yeah.
and say,
Yeah.
I win, I
Just
win,
take a
I
picture.
win.
Okay, so my turn. It's all right. I spied a Sangyong Rodius. That's it, really.
Now that's
Fuck
more
ugly.
like
Look at
it.
the thing. Come on.
That is
I saw
the
that. I was
most
dropping my parents off at the
appalling
train
looking
station.
car.
I could. It's one of those where you're like, oh my god, there's one of them over there, and I just went over and I took it all in. It was a facelift, unfortunately, so it's slightly less gash than the normal one, but still, Sangyong Rodius. Look at the fucking thing.
That has the craziest side
Not particularly
profile.
rare. Not particularly rare. It's about 1,000 on the road in the country currently. We're going off of rarity, but you don't see these. And when you do, you know. 'cause
When you
fucking
do,
hell.
they're in a disabled bay.
yeah. I posted this on my story and had some messages from multiple people that know rugby coaches that own them. So you can see the clientele here.
I could feel like a sponsorship has been had.
But what a bit of design. I just realised how big the tail lights are. They are ginormous.
And the
It's that
the
kind
amount
of
of distance.
C-pillar.
But yeah, it's
like
just
bizarre,
bizarre. It looks like
isn't
a
it?
I don't know
mitre
what's going
logo.
on. It does.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's got a massive erect tow bar in it.
Oh yeah.
I also
Fresh,
like
though.
thinking that it's impossible to like see out of the back of, which is so useful with something that's
Yeah.
that long.
And it's been abroad. There is something to leave in the UK sticker on, which they didn't need because they've got GB flag on their thing. But there you go.
Oh, is that a thing? If you've got GB, you don't need the UK.
I'm pretty sure that's what. Yeah, if you've got you're only the UK thing if you've got like a plate without the blue bit on it. As far as I'm aware,
Ooh.
don't quote me on this.
I think
But
that's a
yeah.
lie.
I think people like
we go to
leaving- I
Germany
think-
a lot, and we've never put
Yeah.
stickers on, and we've never been pulled on it. I think that's a wives' tale.
Well, I don't think it's a lie. I just think it's not. You've not been pulled up on it.
We're going too fast. They can't catch us.
Right, James, what you got then?
I believe you should have the photo. I sent it to you.
Very
Oh, no,
presumptuous
it's in
of you,
our,
sir.
It's in our text conversation.
Oh, okay. one moment, everybody.
I will give you one moment to get that up. So this was
This is
just
the
whilst
Kevin
I
Gates
was.
song.
This is just whilst I was driving back from the train station in Leicester.
An Omega.
Going
right?
down, yep. I was going down like a
Look at
side
that.
street, and I saw a Vauxhall. Sorry, full title: Vauxhall Omega 2-litre 16-valve CDX. I think it's a manual, but don't quote me on that. So
Fast
I
day.
drove past it. Yeah, I drove past it, and then I actually did a full lap, came back round because I thought I know what that car is going to be good for. So I went on how many left? Can we
Got
guess how
poorly
many
front
are left?
suspension by the looks of it. I don't know if it's your lens, but it looks like the suspension is a bit tight at the
Yeah.
front. It's got a bit of that.
Or he's
camber
got
to it.
Yeah.
4 degrees neggy cam because he likes lapping.
Yeah.
Can we guess how many of those are on the road?
So what are they? Is this a V6?
No, this
That's
is
a
a
diesel.
2-litre diesel, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, is it really?
Which,
they did
which
a
when I
spicy
first saw
one.
it, I thought, this might be a bit more popular.
No, there's not many Omegas. This will be less than 100.
Hold on. Do you want how many of this particular one, like the 2-litre
'Cause this is
16
the
diesel,
trick.
or do you want Omegas
I want this.
left, or that one?
Because
Well,
this is the trick. Because with how many left, you can get really specific, and there could be 1,500 of the car, but there's actually only 2 with this very specific.
That's completely fair. If we're going off just this very specific spec, the 2-litre
I'm gonna
16-valve
say-
CDX,
it'd be like 10, if that.
I'm going to say 38 total, 15 of which are sawn.
Okay, if you just go in our chat, Charlie, I have put a screenshot of how many left. This blew me away. I understand what you mean with the very, very, niche model, but there can't be that many Omegas around, because if you look
Bloody hell.
Oh my God,
on the
there's
right
loads.
hand side, there's two.
And you can see the scrappage scheme.
There's 2 licensed as of quarter
21
3,
sold.
2025.
There are
21
23 of them
sold.
left.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But this is
So
this
I
specific
then-
one. I'd be very curious.
But I then had a look around the other models that were available for the 2-litre diesel.
Mm-hmm.
No more than 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
think we are
Omegas aren't
looking
around.
at a very, very soon extinct car, which is quite a shame because I think it's actually quite a cool looking car.
I think they
Rear-wheel
look
drive.
great, yeah.
Um,
Do you know
So
a
yeah,
car in this
that's fine.
similar vein that I think is forgotten about too much? Probably because it's a terrible car. I can imagine it's awful. Let me find a good... I think this is an absolutely fantastic looking car, and I'm probably going to get laughed at for this.
I'm interested.
Also, you can tell that you two have been friends for a long time because both the cars you've picked have enormous rear quarters. That is, what is that called? What was that called?
Is that a... Oh no. Is it a Lancia?
Not Granada.
Is it the weird
You're
rebadged
close.
Lancia thing that they did?
No. I don't know if it's anything to do with Lancia.
That's Ford, isn't it?
It's a Ford, yeah.
Yeah.
Can you
Grenade. Oh my God.
look at that?
I can smell the interior from here.
Oh,
God.
Oh my God, what was it called? Not
It's-
Granada. Oh. My dad had one of
That's
these.
crazy. Look at that.
He had it in
What a
champagne
weapon.
gold.
That is
It's called the Ford Scorpio.
Scorpio. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, what an absolute bit of design. I think
Monstrosity.
this thing's fantastic.
That was
Can't
the.
remember
Hold
how
on.
many is left. Look at the bunda. What's
Scroll
going
down
on?
to the blue one. That's the
That
one my
is
dad had.
wild.
That up, left, right. No, sorry. Right. Oop, that's the one my dad had. Yeah.
Oh, so like the more boxier one.
Yeah. It was just an elongated
That-
Granada, basically.
That is...
Right, so who's the winner
awful.
here? I think James. I love an Omega, and I love an old Ford, and I love an old Vauxhall.
Well, I can't pick myself.
I think,
I'm
Cav, I
certainly
think
not
your
picking
car
that
is cool.
Japanese thing you fucking found.
Sangyong, is it Korean?
Oh, sorry.
It's
my
Korean,
apologies.
yeah.
That's all right. I
on,
I
mate.
called them Chinese earlier. Yeah, James. I think James wins. So you get to pick the Top Gear episode that we watch.
Thank you very much. I look forward to telling you what it is. That comes
Well,
after.
Is it a secret?
does that come after? Is it a secret? I think you can tell us now, and then we can go into.
Okay, fair enough then. Series 13, Episode 2. Notable
Series
moments
13,
being
episode 2.
Hammond with the Murcielago SV in Dubai or
yes.
Abu Dhabi.
Oh,
wherever it was.
it's the Turbo Cars episode.
It's the best cars for a 17-year-old episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Turbo.
Weren't they all
they
supposed to have turbos, or was
Yeah.
it just a coincidence?
Or did was it just the
well,
Volvo that had turbo?
No, because
That's
the
what he
Golf
said.
won't have a turbo.
Yeah.
I think it's just the low pressure
Yeah.
turbo, as he calls it.
Apologies. Series
Also, where did
13,
you see these?
What?
Series 13, Episode 2.
Dude, cool.
That's a
Yes,
Hyundai
Series 13
Coupe, isn't
episode
it?
2. Yes, never see them. Yeah,
And
what?
there's
Yeah, very
also
excited to watch this.
that drag race.
Yes.
A McLaren F1 against a Bugatti
Is this the
Veyron.
same episode?
Yes, they do.
Murcielago goes V versus an SLR. Oh, it's the.
That's
oh,
an
mate,
SLR
I love this
722
car
as
so
well.
much.
I just can't wait.
Yeah.
Charlie, can you please show the viewers the little model you've got next to your computer?
I'm just looking for it.
If only you had some wings. There it is. Yeah.
Look at that.
What a honey.
Look at the bumper on that. Best bumper in a car ever made.
Best
Agreed.
everything,
We saw
really.
one of those at was it Supercar Fest?
Yes, it was.
years
And
ago.
Keisha made me a carrot cake in the shape of one of these for my birthday, but she refuses to let me show anyone pictures of it, so you'll just have to believe me.
I think it looks great. I think it.
It
Looks
also
great.
put my dad in the hospital, but that wasn't her fault.
Jesus.
Yeah, apparently,
How bad was
if you
it?
leave a carrot cake for 2 weeks, it starts to grow bacteria that will put you in the hospital.
Oh, wow. Yes, buzzing for that episode. So remind me, chaps, are we saying our goodbyes and then talking about the episode, or are we talking about the episode and then saying
Let's
our
talk about the
goodbyes?
episode and then we'll say our goodbyes. Let people know that we love them. So we watched Top Gear Season 9, Episode 1, which is a very special episode because it's the first episode since when Hammond returned after his accident. And it's because of that, it's the only episode that's never been replayed on Dave. Or what I found out is it was never shown on German television. So by the time the Germans got the season, it started on episode 2. And they had a big fan
in
base over there.
English or dubbed, or did they? Sorry,
They had
English
it dubbed.
with
There is a very
subtitles? Dubbed.
famous
Okay, cool.
bloke that does Clarkson's dubbing, as far as I'm aware. Yes. So, what did we think? So we had what does this episode consist of? So we started off
Mending
with
the
the
road.
XKR versus the V8 Vantage.
And I think,
Which-
so just my 2 cents on that battle, it really annoyed me that the criticism that Jeremy Clarkson had was they've been making this engine for years. Whilst, don't get me wrong, it's a fair observation, it was a bit
They
of
had- yeah,
nothingness because the 4.2 supercharged V8 is far more interesting and exciting than the naturally aspirated V8 that comes in the V8 Vantage. Because it sounds
Really?
horny.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong, V8 sound mega, but a one with a supercharger on it is better.
Yeah, true.
And I think, dare I say it, if you see an XKR on the road, you get more excited than when you see a V8 Vantage on the road. But
That's a really good
now,
point.
That's today's
Yes.
money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah,
that's, you know what I mean? You've got to remember they were both brand new things, and the V8 Vantage
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
was a cooler thing because it was the better version of. But sorry, to be fair, I've given my review on how I feel about those cars today. I can't really remember how I felt about it then, because then again, the V8 Vantage was James Bond's car, the Jaguar wasn't. So that's an
It
important
was
thing as well.
The Jag felt like a knockoff Aston for me as a kid, because that's basically what they were
Yeah.
doing at the time.
Yeah.
I think it looks better though. That Jaguar looks
It does look
fantastic.
better. Yeah, it does look better.
Today it looks better, then the Aston Martin looked better, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely. Jeremy Clarkson describes this as a Jag wearing suits and cufflinks, which I just think is a great way of describing it.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. And I do love that Top Gear, I forgot Top Gear did this. They had the balls to compare cars that weren't particularly comparable when it came to price ranges. Because there's like a 20 grand gap in price between these two cars. And I really enjoyed that they would do that because they do serve similar purposes. And I do think you're right.
The one upside of that from a BBC perspective is even if the Jag is worse in every realm, you can ultimately summarise and go, but it's 20 grand less. There's still a chunk of value to that. Whereas if you were doing neck and neck comparisons and the price is much the same, you have to pick a winner, and that will ultimately kick the other car's sales in the head. Whereas they sold plenty of them XKRs because it was like, well, I haven't got the extra 20 grand for a V8 Vantage. Fair enough. Like, that's okay to buy the lesser version, if you will, or the one that didn't win. Maybe that was strategic.
How much
from
are
the
they going for
BBC.
now?
That's a very
18.
good point. I'm seeing a lot of Spiker in these.
Yes,
Like
yes.
Spikers.
Yeah, you're right.
They look like Spiker C8s. Yes, they do.
Spiker with left boats.
Yeah, let's see.
What?
No, oh no, that's a 4.2. Surely that's not the
Yeah,
R.
the supercharged one.
10 grand.
For people
Full
that can't
service
see,
history.
just dox myself there. I'll have to blur that. For people that can't see, they are £10,000. Oh my God, they're
Oh
about 10 to
my
15.
God.
Hard top ones are. Yeah, that's cheap. That's cheap.
How much is a V8 Vantage? They've
pull
got to be
some
40
money.
still, right?
No, you get one for
No,
17
20,
grand.
25.
No.
Dirty cheap. V8 Vantage is
They are
dirty
cheap.
cheap.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
a good way
The
of making
V12
yourself
ones
look rich.
are 50 grand cars, but the V8 ones, dirty cheap.
Is it called a V8 or is it
Vantage.
called a
Vantage.
V8, there we go. Yeah,
There
see?
you go, yeah.
No, because you're looking at the new ones.
Those were the new spec. Go for like 2007, 2008.
Nah, 30k.
Nah, cheaper. Something's wrong here.
No. V8 Vantage, Aston Martin. Price, I'll put it on low to high. Let's put the price low to high.
I'm sure they're like 18 grand
Yeah,
cars.
no, 30k.
Man.
Fair fuck. So there's still 20 grand difference in price.
Oh yeah, they've kept their
That's
yeah.
funny.
They haven't kept their value.
They
They've
look
kept their
good.
difference.
They look good.
I take everything I said back. These are so much better looking.
Yeah, they do look good.
I'm still having that XKR though, and change.
And how much is a V12
Have you
Vantage? 'Cause
seen
that's the
the
car,
50
interior?
minimum. 70.
Yeah.
Oh no, 53. That one top
You can
left.
get an
That's a
RS3 for
lovely
that.
thing. You can get an RS3 for that. Oh my God, look at
That
that one for
blue.
79.
Damn.
Oh, mega.
That colour can get fucked.
The
No,
I love that colour.
disagree.
I love the
I-
body.
No,
I-
that is
I
the
like
worst. That is the worst colour you can get a car in. I absolutely
What, better
despise
than
that
Nardo grey?
blue.
That Porsche green.
I'd take
is
Nardo.
horrible.
I would struggle. I would struggle.
Answer that question
I would
right
struggle.
now.
I hate this colour.
Answer that
I would
question.
have
Miami
this. I would
blue.
have this over Nardo grey. I would have this over Nardo grey.
Okay.
It's
But
a
the
shame that
bonnet,
it's a
remember the bonnet
fluffy.
vents were such a significant thing. It's like, oh, we'll go to a V8 Vantage. Oh no, it's not. It's a V12.
Yeah.
Like that was a
Yeah, yeah.
big deal. How did they shoehorn a
Such-
V12 in there?
Yeah, it's such a great way of distinguishing between models as well because you can tell pretty much immediately. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've
And
got
it's a bit of a
we've got very
need-to-know
sidetracked
basis.
here.
Yeah, we have
We've got
absolutely
very
right.
sidetracked here. So back on Top Gear. Great bit, loved that. Then building the road, which is interesting. What did you think of
Classic,
them making
funny
the road?
Top Gear. Little bits. I loved it. I was laughing the whole way through, genuinely.
But only
I thought
because
it
it was
was really
them
funny.
three. The one-liners, the
Oh, yeah.
clangers. I actually, when I
Yeah.
rewatched it, it was a bit shit. Like the actual, the lorries are late, and I was like,
premise.
the chemistry of those three made up for the lack of
Everything.
toss
I gave about the project. Like,
See, yeah, I was struggling with. I found this awfully boring at points because I'm just not. I'm like, I know there's blokes building the road and they're filming bits when there's 5 minutes spare, like in between bits. It's very funny, but this is where I always struggled with Top Gear was the really laying it on heavy bits. Just didn't really do it for
the
me.
fresh high visage really bothered me as well.
Yes, the fresh high vis did my absolute head in.
I'm like, you had
I
them,
was-
just wear yours.
Yeah, yeah, the fresh high vises. I was thinking to myself, does a normal person look at this and go, "Oh, they've all got fresh high vis on," or is it just because I've seen a person in a high vis before? The fresh high vises, it just doesn't sell it, does it?
No, it's crap.
Um,
Oh my
I would
God,
love to
sorry,
see this
that
road, though.
370Z, what episode was that? Because that was a gem.
I don't know.
Oh my God.
Perfect road trip DVD,
Yes.
apparently.
Yes, I've got that
was a
DVD.
special- Yeah.
Yes. Sorry.
The DVDs are forgotten about. I mean, that's
I
But
have,
yeah, so this-
honestly, every Top Gear DVD in my loft right now. I will never sell them.
really
Every single
That's very
one,
impressive. Me and James were talking about this. I think we mentioned it last episode that we thought this was like a Red Nose Day bit or something because I'd seen it on TV once and had never seen it again.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought it was very funny. I asked someone that was involved with the TV show, but I'm not going to say who they are because Cav and James
Was it,
are going to take the piss out of me.
Richard Porter, by any chance?
It was Richard Porter. I reached out to Richard Porter. Sorry. Because I was genuinely curious if there's a bit when they set off the emergency alarm in the quarry. And I was curious if that was a bit or not. And it wasn't. That was genuine. The cameraman leant on the emergency stop and
cool.
shut down the entire quarry.
Okay. I like that.
So thank you to
Also, sorry, just for clarity.
Richard for that.
I am
Yes.
nothing but envious that you have Richard Porter's number. Like, that is so fucking cool. I will always dig you out for it. but
he's the
very
one person's
cool.
number I don't have. I speak to him
Oh.
on Instagram, funnily enough.
Porter's on the DM.
Yeah, very active man on Instagram. He watches all of my stories. He replies to stories on occasion. Active. He's down with the kids. Down with the kids.
Dicky Porter.
Yeah. Yeah. There are two men I've never got the phone numbers off. I've never dare asked. I just talk to them on Instagram.
Yeah, because imagine they said no. Moving on to the other point
Yes.
of that episode. Jamie Oliver, what an arrogant bellend.
Oh, he does my head in. Yeah, he does my head
He
in.
is.
Takes turkey twizzlers,
Pain in the
and then
ass.
he's just a bit of a dick.
He's one of those weird petrol heads as well that only likes like T2
Slow
campers.
stuff.
And yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Although, we can mock, he did a bloody good lap.
He was fast. He
D-
was fast.
very fucking
in the
impressive
wet,
lap, yeah.
in the wet, which he
And it
was
was sopping
changing
wet.
to a snowy, but he
Hustle.
Gordon Ramsay must have been furious watching that episode because he would have been 3 seconds quicker than Ramsay on a dry track, which I thought was hilarious.
Can you please ask Richard Porter, is the tyre squeal added in after the fact? Because when he came round Hammerheads, the motherfuckers were squealing, and I'm like, how are you getting tyre squeal in the pissing wet? I want to know if that's put in after the fact, because if it is
You
squealing
can get tyre
in
squeal
the wet,
can't you?
it's not easy. Like, you got to be...
Yeah, but a front-wheel drive car with 70 brake horsepower at the fucking limit, I think, would squeal on a wet track.
I don't know. I can't imagine.
You don't reckon? I can ask. I can ask. I don't.
Please
that
do.
might be a question. That would be a question for the editors, but I can see what I can.
Because I feel like it's quite hard to dramatise wet driving, and it would be quite an easy thing to just sort of, to non-petrol heads, to go, oh, put a bit of tyre squeal in, they'll never know. But it's so convincing, the timing is so immaculate that I'm like, is that real?
I was always curious if they added laughter, because I think I've heard the same laugh track on different
Yes.
episodes.
Yeah,
before.
they must have.
They definitely are, because imagine if you fuck up a take 17 times, the audience ain't laughing again.
No.
And you still need the bit for the show.
What's interesting is as a kid, I always wanted to go and watch an episode of Top Gear be filmed. Looking back, especially this episode, when it's the one where Richard comes back and the place is absolutely rammed to the back. What a miserable day. To stand here in this cold room, nowhere near the talent, and laugh at something you can barely hear. And I'm always curious, did they watch the show? Were they watching when they did like a special, or even when they did the XK versus V8?
Well, they
and
were
they all
watching
stood
it on
there
the
craning
tiny
their necks watching it on the
screens.
TVs.
Yeah.
That's
My godfather went to multiple filmings of a Top Gear. This was probably 20 years ago, and he said that it was a bit of a letdown. I have a clear memory of him being like, yeah, you just kind of stand there. They will, spend half an hour moving cameras, framing up shots,
Of course.
and then action, and then they'll talk for 2 minutes, and right, stop, next,
That's a tough
cigarette
watch.
time for Jeremy. But
They
you can
hated it
say
as well.
Yeah, I bet.
They hated it. They hated it because it's just like, especially if you enjoy the
TV.
content that you're saying, but if you've got a bit that you're not really excited to do, because a lot of the time they were doing someone else's jokes half the time.
Yeah.
But growing up is
Anyway.
understanding that it wasn't just three lads having a laugh. It was a big fucking operation.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Don't break my heart.
I think we should probably summarise.
Stop
and
yapping.
Agreed.
Obviously, the last part of the episode is the sit down where they talk about the accident. But what Charlie mentioned at the beginning of this section is that it has never been replayed on Dave because Richard Hammond didn't want to dwell on it. And I think out of respect for our childhood heroes, that we also shouldn't dwell on it. We are just extremely happy that he survived and lives to tell the tale. And the only other bit that I think is a great watch, and please find it again, Charlie, I apologise for putting you on the spot, Richard Hammond's favourite place, because that
Oh my
is
days, what a
an
video.
amazing piece of film, and that is basically from Richard Hammond's perspective of when he nearly didn't come back, and then how he did come back. And it's a really beautiful, romantic, lovely
Fantastic
piece
video.
of film that I would love for everybody listening to go and watch. It's the the title on the YouTube is "This is Richard Hammond's favourite place in the world." Please
Absolutely
go and
fantastic
watch
video.
that because that is amazing.
Yeah,
Well
absolutely fantastic. So on that episode, I think that's Cav's right there. If you haven't seen that and you're a big fan of Top Gear, because a lot of people might have missed that episode anyway, it's worth watching to understand what was going on at the time because that was big news and that was. He thanks all of the people that were involved with helping him recover and everything, which I think was fantastic. And I think if you've not seen it, it needs to be seen. But yeah, you don't need to see it more than once. And I think we're all very grateful that we still have the hamster.
Yeah.
Because he was such a big part of my childhood. Yeah. What episode? What important bit of Top Gear history will be?
Well picked from you.
Course
And I
march.
look forward to
Yeah,
I look
good
forward to
choice.
James's
Season
suggestion.
Yes, season 13, episode 2.
To put it in the group
Much
chat.
That was a
later.
little.
Yes.
That's
Lovely
just
stuff.
a spicy episode, full of lots and lots of fun. So
Big budget as well, that one as well, unlike The Road.
yeah, massively.
Whilst we mustn't forget, if you've got this far into the episode, we appreciate you. Could you do us a solid? Could you please drop a little question, comment,
Yes.
observation, review, anything that comes to mind? Please keep us on our toes. The funnier the better. We would love to make a listener's question a 10-minute bit of the next episode. So please keep it juicy. Give us something that we can
Yes.
really put our teeth into, rather than what do you prefer out of X or Y.
Give us
If
a
you've got an
subject.
idea, we would love to have your suggestions.
Excellent. Right. Yes, please. Just let us know you're there. I want to see how many people make it to the end of the episode. Comment a rude word if you've got nothing else to say.
That'll probably kill retention.
The
so
ruder the
don't do
better.
Well, on that, I think that's enough yapping for one day. Thank you for watching. Thank you guys for joining me. It's always an absolute pleasure. Any Instagrams, websites, link in the description. See you next week for the Spotcast, and see you in 2 more weeks for some more yapping.
Love you, bye.
Bye.